Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris Massimo back again with some Apex Legends gameplay. Hope you guys are doing well today and hope you guys actually had a great 4th of July. Hopefully every one of you were safe and not doing anything illegal. But for the most part, of course I want to go ahead and show you a very special video today. So by the title of this video, yes, one of my friends actually got his first win on Apex Legends. I was super stoked and super excited for him, and if you guys don't already know who he is, he's actually one of my buddies, D626 from Call of Duty. So I know that he had mentioned before in the past that he used to play Apex back around Season 1 on PlayStation. And then eventually once he got his Xbox, he said, you know what, I want to play Apex with you since you're uploading it. Let's just see how this goes. And although that this game may seem like it went pretty well, I will admit that we did have about a good maybe 30 minutes to an hour of just getting killed like right away in a few matches. But at the end of the day, we finally clutched up and we actually got a really great win for you guys today. So as you can see, we're running a Revenant, Caustic, and of course Bangalore composition today, so it was actually a pretty good team overall. We don't know who the random other person was, so of course, it was alright, and it was a little bit difficult just to try and get adjusted to with no communication on their part, but, we made it work at the very end of it. Now, what I will say is that, what I've really noticed, and I know, of course, I've said this a lot in my past videos, that, a lot of the public matches have been very sweaty lately. Like, as you can see, I think only about the round 1 is starting to close, and there's only about 9 squads left, and of course, I know that we're playing trios, but, for almost like half of the lobby to be already gone by now, it's just crazy ridiculous. But I think it's just the fact that everyone's just playing super aggressive nowadays, with the new legends that have been updated. And of course, we're still trying to get more adapted to the new meta. And, as you can see over here, I was just making sure that I was fully healed up because you never know with Apex Legends. You'll be getting third partied, fourth partied, and fifth partied, and it's just ridiculous. But in this particular game, I was running, of course, the L-Star as my main gun, and I just don't know what it is. I feel like the L-Star got like an update, like a secret update that we don't even know about, like some sort of buff, because this thing was just melting people like crazy. And of course, I know that you have to just play with it, a little bit smart where you're timing your shots properly. Of course, letting the gun make sure that it doesn't overheat. And of course, I just feel like you really do have to run an optic on this gun in order to properly trace the bullets, because I feel like the optic sights, it's just a little bit more difficult. And sometimes you feel like you should be hitting the opponent or the enemy, but in reality, you're just like barely missing them over. But like I said, this gun is actually really, really good. It deals a lot of damage, especially towards the headshot. But of course, the only difficulty is just making sure you land those headshots. So at this moment in the game, of course, we were able to go ahead and find this squad over here. I was a little bit concerned because, obviously we're not able to communicate with our teammate and with my buddy Esau over here. Of course, it's, he's very brand new to Apex, and I know he has some experience, and I know that he said he strategically landed in the area that he put us in so that we can get the best loot possible. But I mean, I never believed that guy. But I wanted to go ahead and finish off this team as fast as possible. Luckily, we are on World's Edge, and of course, we don't have to worry about getting third party as often as Kings Canyon, because obviously all you guys know that Kings Canyon is just very, very small of a map. But speaking of World's Edge, I'm actually really glad that we got back ranked on this map. It's actually been super fun. I have some gameplay for you guys as well too that I'm going to be looking forward to uploading very soon. I haven't gotten a win yet, but of course once I do get a win, I want to upload that as well. But in the meantime, I've just been having a lot of fun with it. Of course, landing in Scrapital City or just Capital City, but since everyone likes to land over there and just go nuts, it's just crazy. So I love it. But at this moment, as you can see, I was trying to go ahead and just chase down this other person. I know that he was the last person in his squad, but for some reason, although I was running the 1 to 2 time variable zoom on this G7, I just couldn't land all of my shots. And I was very frustrated, I would say, because I knew that that Bloodhound was just literally just one shot, and if I would have landed one more shot, maybe with a G7, if I had like an HCOG, Ranger or something, easily that would have been another kill. But of course, we had this other team over here. I knew that they were shooting at that Bloodhound, so of course we wanted to make sure that we keep our distance. But I mean, you know me, I always try and go and pick off a fight. I like to be a little bit aggressive, and of course some other moments too, I will do my best to be, very conservative as well. We were able to go ahead and kill that Bloodhound from getting the self-res, and I kind of wish that I got it, but it's okay. Sometimes you gotta let your teammates get the kills too, get some damage off, and You know, I know that when I'm playing with some of my buddies as well, they're like, man, Chris, you're always taking all the kills or all the damage. But I mean, like I said, I can't help it. So, you know, sometimes it happens, and that's just how Apex goes. So, of course, over here, I wanted to go ahead and rotate back into the house so that we can all go ahead and reset, you know, our shields and health, making sure that we prepare for this battle. I wasn't too sure if the other team was going to go ahead and push us or not, so of course, I just wanted to go ahead and put some gas down for us and making sure that we are properly okay. So, and of course, I do want to talk about it again because this gun composition, this gun combo that I was actually just running, it was just so different for me because, of course, I don't know if you guys know or if you guys have heard me speak about it in my past videos, but I like to normally run close range weapons. And luckily, I was able to go ahead and loot a body earlier and find an R99 inside that box. And of course, you know, we wanted to go ahead and reposition towards the circle since it is round 4. You know, the circle is getting a little bit tighter. I wasn't too sure where all the squads were, so we wanted to at least just have a sort of a high ground, I should say. And of course, you know, I could have easily gotten rid of this L-Star, but like I said, this thing was just melting. This thing was doing amazing. Of course, I did give up the G7, and don't get me wrong, the G7, there's nothing wrong with it. It's an amazing gun, especially with the double tap trigger. I'm not as good with it yet, I would say, just because it kicks pretty high. But, you know, in this particular situation, you know, with the circle closing, you want to start preparing for endgame. So obviously having those high damage, you know, close range weapons that are going to win certain gunfights. And in this particular match, what you're going to see is that the L-Star came in super clutch. I feel like if I would have had like maybe like a wingman or something else, and the way I was playing towards the very end of the video, you know, things could have been a little bit more different. But at the end of it, we got the win, and of course we clutched up. So right over here, what you're going to see right now is that the circle was actually closing. And I was panicking a little bit because my teammates were still down below near the railroad station. And obviously, if they're going to try and climb up the rope, they're going to take like a really significant amount of damage. So I was kind of panicking because I didn't know what was the way to get out of there. Because, of course, you know, since I am brand new to Apex, or a little bit new, I should say, you know, I still don't know where's the best way to go ahead and like leave out of certain places. So I wanted to see if I can perhaps rotate, meet them at the very end of the tunnel, and I wasn't too sure how they were going to get up. And then next you know, I heard another person running around, and I was like freaking out because I was like, oh, no, 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 no. But of course, over here, I was able to go ahead and melt this Wraith. Like I said, that L-Star was just destroying that guy, and I didn't want to go ahead and push it, and I didn't know if that Wraith had another teammate or what was going on. So I was like, all right, I need to care for my teammates. I saw that one of them did go down. I felt like the other team was going to go ahead and push me after I downed that Wraith, but at this moment in the game, my whole mindset was just, okay, I need to figure out a way to link up with my teammates again because I can't do this solo. There's just no way. There's still 4 squads left. The circle's getting really, really tight at this point, and I just don't want to go ahead and lose, especially coming this far into the game. So I was coaching my buddy Esau. I just told him, I was like, bro, just go straight up the rope. If you go down, at least I'll be here to pick you up, and then we could just go from there. So at this point in the match, you know, of course, like you can see over here, there's only about 3 squads left. So I was like, all right, we got to go ahead and rotate towards circle. There's only 10 seconds before we absolutely just die in the circle or in the ring. And of course, like I said, guys, I do happen to get a little bit aggressive some moments, but like I said, you know, at the end of the day, it all works out. I will admit that my teammates did amazing jobs at obviously staying in their place and making sure that we work as a team, push as a team, and of course finish off anybody that we possibly can. And of course over here, I wanted to go ahead and push this guy, but that airstrike literally just melted me. Luckily, I did have to self-res. I could have just had my teammate go ahead and pick me up, but, you know, I was just screaming on the mic, just saying, all right, just guard me, because if anything were to happen while the other person was reviving me, last thing I want, like I said, is to make it this far throughout the match and then just to go ahead and lose it all towards the end. So what I want to go ahead and say before this video wraps up, of course, since we are getting towards the end of this, I do want to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for all of the support that you guys have given me. I've looked back since my very first upload, and we are actually nearing the 2-month mark since we've been uploading on YouTube. And like I said, guys, I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the support you guys have been giving me. I really appreciate it. I feel like I'm honestly getting better at my games and of course on my gameplays that I'm giving for you guys. So like I said, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't you guys. So like I said, I always appreciate it. And of course, I am going to start uploading on TikTok and Instagram, so if you guys want to go ahead and follow me on there, I would really appreciate it. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway very soon. I'm not too sure what kind of giveaway just yet. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, but once I go ahead and figure that out, I'll go ahead and get the details out for you guys. So back to the gameplay at this moment. You know, obviously I can't see anything. I don't know how I was able to get a knockdown earlier, but you know, I was just kind of just spraying, you know, to be honest with you. But like I said earlier, is that, you know, this L-Star was just melting, and luckily I was able to go ahead and finish off this Gibby, and we were able to go ahead and clutch the dub. I was super happy for my buddy. I was like, let's go, you finally got your first win. But you know, like I said, it was really cool. Hopefully we can start playing with him a little bit more often, and we can go ahead and get some more dubs. So other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the video today. Be sure to like, comment, and I'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.